All right, now to give us more perspective in terms of what is happening at this moment in the Ukrainian war theatre, we're joined by Ambassador Joachim Bitterlich, who is a former German ambassador to NATO and also the former European diplomatic and security advisor to the former German Chancellor Helmut Kohl. Now, Ambassador Bitterlich, thank you very much indeed, sir, for taking time out and speaking to us here in WION. Let me in fact ask you this question that I'm pretty sure is being discussed very hotly across Europe. Now, as things stand, the writing appears to be on the wall for the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. With a change of guard in the United States of America, the American support for Ukraine dries up. But in the interim, Russia is gaining more and more territories. How soon do you think the Ukrainians would agree for a negotiated settlement?
Well, it's not a new movement. It's a movement forward for the Russians over the last months now. And what the Russians want to reach through this, let's say, double strategy, on the one hand, trying to demoralize the population, on the other hand, continuing attacks despite of real losses of people, is to reach the first step of their invasion of the Ukraine. And as the Russian Secret Service Chief Narishkin has told us some days ago, Russia is feeling near to what he's called to achieving goals in the Ukrainian war. But it's only the first step. They want to occupy the whole of Donbas plus Crimea, and on the other hand, see on the other side a demoralized, de-weaponized Ukraine without any protection. And then it would be easy to reach in a second phase. Their next step is the takeover, at least by a Russian-friendly regime of the whole of Ukraine. It's clear for me.
All right, interesting. Now, at this moment, as things stand, Joe Biden has got a few more weeks to spend at the White House, seems to be embarking on a strategy where he's green signaled the use of long-range missiles into Russia. A lot of people say the reason why Biden is going up the escalatory ladder is because he does not want the Ukrainian government under Zelensky to collapse before he demits the White House. In your assessment, do you think Biden is doing what he's doing to make it harder for Trump to strike a deal to bring about peace in Ukraine?
Well, first of all, what Biden is doing, the other Europeans are doing it too, is to not to help the Russians to get rapidly, let's say, a ceasefire from the Ukrainian side without any conditions. And second, behind this is at the same time, let's call it, with certain anxiety towards what Donald Trump could decide. But when I look at what we can see from Donald Trump's side, what his future envoy to the Ukraine has been at least writing down on a peace plan, it's, let's say, a peace plan which has, let's say, which allows temporarily the occupation of eastern Ukraine, but which will have to maintain certain guarantees for the Ukraine. And exactly that's what the Russians do not like. But on the other side, for me, it's interesting. The most interesting is the invitation of Xi Jinping to the 20th of January to Washington.
Right.
See whether he accepts or no. Because in my eyes, perhaps there could be the plan of Donald Trump to reach Putin together with Xi Jinping by phone, asking him for a meeting, let's say in Dubai or somewhere else. Why not in India? To have a meeting in the next week to discuss with him the exact conditions of a peace with the support of the Chinese.
Will be very interesting to watch out as to how things, of course, proceed there. Thank you very much indeed, Ambassador Bitterlich, for joining us with that perspective there.
A pleasure.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.